I've been saying it for. I told Preach on the pod a couple times.
100%.
I'm like, he's done.
100%.
He quit.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Flagrant. Schultz here, Alex Media, Marky Gagnon. Miles is back there.
Yes.
And we're on the West Coast. Thank you, Alex Media, for hosting us in WTF Media Los Angeles studios. Beautiful, lovely.
Nice.
That is a nice set.
It's a wonderful set.
You know what? Alex Media does crazy sets, really good, and he does them across the coast. So y'all can say whatever you want about them folks, but that work is immaculate.
But come check out the podcast here if you guys are in town. Now, we got to address the elephant in the room, no pun intended, okay? As I'm sure you guys are aware, our boy Akaash, he really went through it earlier this year, showed amazing resilience and, selling out Radio City recently, setting records in Toronto, just crushing stand-up around the globe, and literally just like living the dreams that he would tell me about at 2 a.m. when we're eating fucking egg sandwiches at Veselka. So it's been amazing to see, but the experience has put things in perspective for him. And he has made the decision to focus all of his energy on stand-up. He is going to be stepping away from the pod. It is bittersweet. We wish that he did not want to do that. But at the same time, it's very hard not to root for your friend, literally living his dreams. And if he feels he's got to give everything to that, then that's exactly what he's got to do. And we're going to rock with him. We hope you guys continue to rock with him. Go check out the show. We saw the show Radio City. It's phenomenal. You guys should absolutely go check it out. AkaashSing.com. For tickets. So we just wanted to, clear the air. Akaash hasn't been on the pod for a while. We thought it was time that we, talk to you guys about it. Thoughts, boys?
It's bittersweet because this is my brother. I love him. I was here day one of this podcast, and it's like, we were started together and together. Bad boys for life.
Yeah.
Some gay shit, But yeah, man, I'm proud of him. I'm just so fucking proud. Like, being at Radio City and just seeing just everybody was animated, like they loved it. I'm just proud of him. And I think back to when we surprised him when I came home from Sweden.
Oh yeah, his reaction was incredible.
His reaction, like he didn't even care. The cameras are there, jumped up, gave me the biggest fucking bear hug. I didn't know he was that strong.
Yeah, man, just a lot of fucking memories. Yeah. But listen, go out and support Akaash, man. Go send him some messages. Show him some love, dude.
Yep.
He's the man. He's getting after it, and he's going to continue to crush it.
Yep. Go get a ticket to the show if there's tickets left.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So that's it right there. You guys heard the announcement? For those of you who are like, oh, what happened? I'm not going to do a full recap. His wife basically pulling a Yoko Ono on his career. I have my thoughts. Yoko Ono's a legend. Some of you are too young to know what that is. I'm telling y'all think Jocelyn crazy? Yoko Ono, the way Yoko Ono torpedoed John Lennon is God. Crazy.
No, bro.
Sometimes I get so painfully nostalgic for college. So I was popping my and living my best life in these white boy frat houses.
I'm actively trying to have an orgy and you haven't seen Nav yet, but wait till you see him. And it's kind of weird because I'm talking about your husband. I just know that Nav's dick is like at least 10 inches. Okay, I have 2 butt stories. So one time I met
She has 2 butthole stories.
this guy on Tinder and I made the dump. I like woke.
No, what? She got 2 butthole stories.
Before we even get into our takes, all right, I have my opinion, Preach has his. I'm going to give the audience, you guys who are watching at home, a chance. What do you guys think our take is? What do you think actually happened? Go ahead, leave that in the chat so we can take a look at it. What you think?
From what I've seen from him, there was a lot of things that he said about the situation. Like, first off, he played it like, I don't care. And from what I've seen and from what I've gathered, like even the first few sets that I've seen after his 9/11 happened, which that's what I'm gonna call it. When his 9/11 happened,
was that when Jocelyn flew her mouth onto those 2 white frat boys' house's dick?
So
college. So I was popping my living my best life in these white boy frat houses.
Because Yeah, okay.
It did affect him more than you was saying that it was affecting him. Understandably so. Everybody, including us, was talking. I have questions. When you do some things like that, and I want to leave a group that I was part of, let's say I leave this. If I'm in good term in ABBA, I'm going to do a video myself addressing y'all because it's also my audience. That's what I believe. I could be dead wrong. It's weird that the message doesn't come from him, to me. They're all there. The three of them are there, and they're, I remember this, I remember that, I remember that, I remember that. It's all good. If it's all good, maybe he got kicked out. Maybe for the same reason of him not being there and addressing, hey, yo, you know what, fam? You're affecting the pod right now. You being on the pod for the benefit of all this, you got to part ways. So I'm between those two things.
Oh, no. I don't know about that last one. I disagree pretty hard on that one. I don't think they would do that to him. They started together. And the way he was talking on other interviews, that's not the feeling I got whatsoever.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And listen, I might not be the biggest Schultz fan, but in my experience of just observing him and even being around him, he is pretty loyal to his people, and they've been day one since the beginning. They still support him with all his live shows. They were there at Radio
100%.
City, and he brought him backstage. That doesn't scream to me, we kicking you off the pod.
It can be mutual. It can be an understanding. On this take, I'm about 10%. I'm not solo.
Listen, I have no reason to, defend it. Genuinely, this is not something I could ever see these kinds of people abandoning their
I
show
agree.
over.
I'd agree.
I think it's just really what Akaash himself said. I think a lot of people think I was going to spend this whole time dunking on him, but him wanting to walk away from the pod and doing online content to focus more on just doing stand-up makes perfect sense to me. Mm-hmm. If you guys told me I could do this job, make the same amount of money, tour around, most people are going to pick stand-up over doing online content. Right? And even if it's for half the amount or 1/4 the amount, most people are still going to pick stand-up. And the reason is simple. When you get away from, when you put out a video, this is for me. I don't know how it is for other people. I think most content creators who have longevity are probably similar to me in this regard. When you put up a video and it gets 1 million views and people are going crazy, you feel nothing. And I say that because the only way you can have longevity online is to feel nothing about making content. Because the moment you get wrapped up in everyone's opinions and all the negative stuff, and it really fucks with your brain, okay? When you do stand-up or when you're doing live interactions, you're actually having human experiences with people. You're having spontaneity, there's laughter, there's feedback, it's all this shit. It's a very energizing experience. You feel alive when you're on that stage and you have that intention. It's with a real audience. It might be 100 people, it might be 10 people at an open mic, but those things really stick with you and they feel more grounding, they feel more tangible. I could definitely see somebody walking away from the internet and saying I don't want to deal with this shit and I'd rather just go ahead and do stand-up. I can tour, I got enough fame and shit to run clips. And so I believe him when he says he'd rather do that, considering now how everything is fucking blown up in his face. And if it's better for his mental health and everything involved, then kudos to him. At the end of the day, I'm not going to sit here and wish someone, suffer and stay online when they're happier doing other things. I wish that for everybody watching. Online content creation is a thing. There's benefits. He made his career off of it for sure. But now he's built a platform where he can go off and not do stand-up. People say, the end of his career. It's not the end of his career, You guys kind of have to get away from this whole idea that just because you dislike somebody, you have to make up a reality that's not there. He's successful. He can sell out a theater. He can sell out comedy clubs. That's a six-figure salary, mid-six-figure salary. If you're really full-time touring, he can take care of himself. If someone can do that and be happier doing that than doing online content, then you wish that for them. And I'll always believe that for anyone, whether I like you or not. I agree with you. I think it is very telling that he's not there on the final episode. If you and I did a project for 10 years and you want to move on to something else and I'm doing a eulogy while you're not there, that's fucking weird. That is always bad. Every time. Something's off. There's no reason for you to build your fan base off of some platform and then not show up for your final day to say something to that audience. There's no reason. Whether you send in a video, whether you show up for the pod, these people are rich enough to fly each other on a private jet to go to do shows. There's no reason. None. So that to me says that they either have an issue with the partner, they have an issue with somebody on the staff, or they have an issue with the audience. Because she made comments about the audience. Remember when she made comments?
We're saying like, oh, it's because of his fans. It's because of his fans. Like his comedy fans are not like that. It's more the podcast fan base that I don't think really resonate with him because a lot of them are like really racist and right wing. I think like those.
So she's talking about the Flagrant podcast in the audience. Now think about this comment in the context of him quitting. My co-host's wife? That is crazy. Because that means they've been pillow talking.
A lot of them are like really racist and right wing. I think like those.
Keep your wife off the
motherfucking internet. The wife have a microphone in her face.
So Charlamagne and Andrew were talking about how she needs to get off of doing podcasts in the internet. And I want you to also keep in mind that she never stopped making podcast appearances. And she never stopped making her TikToks yapping about everything. I think it's too telling that you're not there. Like, it's clear there's something off. But I do think that the Flagrant crew, the guys who were there, were very honest in regards to how they felt about him. I can tell that they really genuinely do feel for him and love him. They probably still have a great relationship with him. But there's some weirdness there. And there's no way you can get around that. You can't just disappear for 4 months and then not show up to say I'm out of the show. That's too weird. Like, I'm going to be honest with y'all. I could never see myself kicking Preach off the show for this scandal. He might have to eat some crow. We might have some discussion backstage. But this is not a kickable offense. I don't care how much the audience gets mad. That's a weird thing to kick your co-host off. He might be a fucking weirdo behind the scenes with his girl in terms of like having a weirdo life. It don't matter. Why would you kick somebody off for that reason? It's not like this dude is diddling kids or forcing himself on people or committing crimes. He just has an atypical relationship. That's just not that, a wife who's kind of goofy. If you would abandon the co-host you made this whole thing off of, and Andrew, I criticized the pod enough times. He's just not that kind of person to me at all. Having met him personally and seen him operate, I could say a lot of things. This is a very positive thing I'll say. Dude stands behind his people. And that's how he spoke about him at the end. And so I'm going to believe that as well going forward. I think some people are just being very uncharitable, or they don't like them, or they think Akaash deserves to be kicked. But at the end of the day, I don't think that's the outcome. That is a crazy reason to kick your co-host for.
I agree.
I've never heard of that. You have an atypical relationship that's really loserish, so I'm going to kick you off my podcast, and we've been friends for 15 years? Yeah, that says more about the crew than it does about Akaash.
But I don't think that's the case either, but it might be a positive. Like I said, I was 10% on that. But then again, I think they could have... I think they could have, if Akaash would have come back, it would have been hard, but it would have been possible, and eventually it would have been possible, it would have, but I don't think he's there anymore. I don't think he doesn't want to.
Yeah, no, listen, I'm sure doing stand-up right now is a much better feeling than being on that podcast.
100%.
Stand-up crowds say whatever you want, they're there and they're listening. It's much better than putting out a podcast and hearing, well, my little Indian every 5 seconds. Or looking at the comments, and it's just them roasting you and not talking about the guest. Yeah. Can you imagine you running a podcast, you bring on this famous person, and the comments are just about some random Indian, and the guest is like, who's this Indian? It's like, oh, it's our co-host that was sitting in the corner over there. So, I would probably not want to be on the pod, too.
And it happened. Did they have, like, Dana White? Did they have Dana White right after, and then no comments about that? None.
Yeah. I mean, it's Dana White, though. Who gives a shit?
I mean, I understand what you're saying, but still.
It's Dana White. I'm just playing. I'm fucking. I will say, I do think it is bitch made.
To not present yourself?
To not just not present yourself. I just want you guys to think about all the criticism he levied against Will Smith or other people and the way that they live their lives on his pod, how much they joked. They would do these monologue sermons and do these fucking roast sessions of people cool. And then it's his turn to get all that internet attention, and this motherfucker quits. That's bitch made. And this goes back to the comment I made earlier about comedians being some of the softest, weakest people I know, is they love to do their yapping, and then it's their turn, and motherfucker tuck tail and quit. Go be happy, go take care of your mental health. But since you was dishing it and it was your turn, I still am going to say it's fucking weak that you quit at this point. Yeah. It is.
You can't be saying that because remember one thing, it's on site.
They were at the forefront of, I'm going to say whatever it is. Everyone can get these jokes. You know what? You're free to say it, and I'll take it. Cool. And it turns out they can't take it. Turns out when it gets flagrant against you, then you want the ref to get involved. Then you want somebody to call fouls and stop the game and pause everything. And, oh, you're forfeiting the game. Wow. Yeah, that is weak sauce to me. Oh, it's my mental health. Oh, you didn't care about the mental health of anybody you fucking roasted over the years. Not a single one.
Yeah, but it's different when you know them. They didn't know Will Smith, right?
Oh, but you guys should have been more mindful with your comments. Bro, I'm just a podcaster. I'm just over here talking and, just looking at videos and cracking jokes. Like, why are you talking about, I didn't know it would lead to, you feeling bad about your mental health, bro. I'm just, fuck, man, why do you guys have such expectations of me? Kill me.
I ain't shit.
Woke up in the morning and my toe was a little sore.
Oh my God.
And I remember that he what kind of do you watch when you use a vibrator?
Okay, not gonna lie, I don't watch. What? I just think of my own husband while I'm doing it.
Wait, that's kind of baller, but I could never do that.
Yeah.
Oh, that one still hurts. Oh, if you got any kind of body image issues and that's what your girl fucking joking about, and how about you just joking? I'm sorry, guys. If any husband had a wife who's even slightly out of shape and he was on the road making jokes fuck, man, you got a hot wife you could masturbate to? My plumpy pumpkin at home, I could never. Oh!
Did you say plumpy pumpkin?
All right, let me shut up.
Plumpy pumpkin. I like that.
It's just jokes. I don't know, bro.
For real, Abba, you're being soft because that's, they're just being flagrant. She's just being flagrant.
Yo, flagrant against your wife's self-esteem is crazy. You imagine if you justify fucking just roasting your own kid for the world to see? Be like, my kid's got fucking 5 heads. Their forehead go crazy. And your kid's insecure about their forehead. And you just fucking roasting that shit. And niggas at school, your dad is the one that they quote to bully you? You know, it's ironic. The relationship worked really well when Akaash was famous and she was offline. And now the relationship is going to work because she's going to be offline and he's going to be out there doing stand-up in real life. Charlamagne's reality came true. Instead of getting the wife off the internet, keep my motherfucking Indian off the motherfucking internet. I do think it's a big-ass fumble, though. Think about you making millions off of doing the Flagrant podcast. It's big breadwinner for you guys in a way.
Millions.
He made millions off Flagrant. Millions. What do you mean? They had a fucking subscription base making $100K a month, and that doesn't even include AdSense.
Fair.
And it's been running for how long? Plus all the fucking deals with Spotify or whatever else that we got going on. Yeah, they were definitely raked in millions. That doesn't even include the stand-up money. So you're making millions off this thing, or you've made millions. And you quit that so your wife can run an unprofitable TikTok to an audience of 20,000 people. Just think about how much of a stupid fucking business move that is. I understand.
Yeah, but that was not business.
I agree.
Happy
I agree.
Happy wife, happy life.
What'd you say?
Happy wife, happy life.
Manipulation.
What'd you say?
Happy wife, happy life.
Hey, listen, if it means that we're happy because I make millions less and you get to fucking... I'm a slut on TikTok for free.
It's content. It's being flagrant. Relax.
I'm sorry. That is the definition of fumbling.
If you wanted that girl, you couldn't get that girl. You got that girl. There's a price for that. And the price is her being happy. Happy spouse, happy house.
You happy, you happy.